Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Critical and welcome back to another Minecraft Snapshot video. This time we're taking a look at 21w08a, and this one comes with a lot of changes, namely a lot of texture changes. So you'll see here a couple of these things have been changed, but the notable thing is that Grimstone has now been renamed to Deepslate. So these are all Deepslate now. All the ores that they've added are Deepslate ores, and we can take a look at those here. You'll see that these are all the new blocks for the ores that spawn below Y0. And Deepslate now actually has a top texture that's a little more similar to stone. So it blends a little better, and when you break Deepslate, you're actually going to get cobbled Deepslate, which is what the original Deepslate has been named to now. And there's been some texture adjustments to these. I think they're a little bit darker, a little smoother than they were before as well, maybe. Which I think looks pretty cool. And there's some foxes and rabbits just having a war over here. Additionally, there's a new block that's been added, which is smooth basalt. You get it as you'd expect. You have to smelt down basalt. And we're going to take a look at where that spawns in just a second. But I want to show you guys this because all of the ores have been changed now slightly, including emerald and lapis. Now you'll notice that there's no copper, coal, or emerald ore for the deepstone variants. That's because they do not spawn below Y0, so you're never going to see these mixed in with these versions. And we'll take a look at all that in a second, but I want to look at some of the stuff above the surface real quick. Whoops. Let's go into spectator mode. I want to take a look at some stuff above the surface because some of the cave generation has been altered slightly, and it's still super wacky. I don't know if this is supposed to happen here, but this doesn't seem natural to me. It is a bit laggy, by the way, because I'm loading some new chunks, so bear with me here for a moment. But it seems as though a lot of the larger caves can now spawn above, which I think is really cool. Like, I think it's cool to see these. But I still think next to the water it needs some work, because this is causing some really weird issues with the rivers. I don't even know if this is a river. I don't even know if that's what this is supposed to be. But you can definitely see some more of those. Ravines seem to spawn quite often on the surface, as you can see here. They're everywhere. That might also be something that's tweaked as well, because I'm noticing as I fly around, they're just all over the place. I mean, it's like 5 or 6 right in a little area right there. So I'm sure there's still some more tweaks to come, but overall, I think it's pretty exciting. And if we head down below the ground, we'll see some other changes as well. So first and foremost, down below Y0, andesite will no longer spawn down here. You know, last episode we were looking at how it was spawning down here. That is no longer the case. It has been replaced by the tough block that normally spawns in andesite geodes. So that spawns here now as well. And I'll point out real quick, it seems as though some of the ore spawning isn't quite working properly. Some of these are still spawning as their normal variants. Down below Y0. Yeah, you can see right here. Some of them are still spawning like this, which I think is probably an error. So I'm sure that's going to be fixed in a future version. Andesite, or rather the tough, has now been replaced in the geodes by smooth basalt. That's the other change. So if I can actually find one of these that's cracked open, here we go. You can see here, this has all been replaced by smooth basalt. And actually right here, we get a good look of like all the new stones that have been added in this version of the game, which I think is pretty cool to see. I'll take a little screenshot of that. It's pretty nice. So that's a lot of the changes that have been made. Again, you can craft the smooth basalt, by the way, by smelting normal basalt, but it also just spawns naturally in the world. One other minor change that has been made outside of the general ore spawning changes, which I'm not going to go over because it's just a bunch of numbers and I don't think it's very interesting, but slime blocks and honey blocks have now been moved to the creative menu. So those are now going to be found on that menu instead of their normal location, which I believe was in the decoration blocks tab. But I believe that is it for this snapshot. Not too many changes, mostly texture changes and minor tweaks to just kind of round some things out. But I think they're heading in the right direction with some of these things. Yeah, there's so many ravines. Look at this. This is huge. I'm interested to see if any of the ravines actually go down far enough for you to be able to see like the next level. I assume they're probably too far down for that to happen, but it'd be pretty cool to see nonetheless. Yeah, there's another, look at this. There's another ravine directly below this one. Crazy. But anyways, that is going to do it for this snapshot video, guys. It's a little bit of a shorter one. There's not as much to talk about this one, but still some major changes that you guys should check out. Again, I will link the blog post in the description if you want to check out all the bug fixes and stuff like that. And that is going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.